Sound check. Okay, sounds coming through clear. So, good evening, everybody. Everybody's gone out dancing, so I'm here on my own, and we are taking a look at Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire for Farm Sim 19. And it's all kind of looking familiar. Have the main road, or the main track out to the road. We have this big area here. That's the shed we kept our AR frames in. That's the shed we kept our trucks in. Wonder what attachments we have for that. We have a header trailer. We used to keep our tractors in here. Now on 17 start, you had all of these racks were full of solid fertilizer and seed. We're not getting that this time. Lots of stuff in the workshops, which for my old PC used to cause me major grief on frame rate drops. And that should be a fuel cell. Liquids and solid fertilizer and seed dispensers. We're going to check on the prices of those. More stuff. Another storage. And more storage around here. So main farm looks pretty much like it did. Water point there. Garage here. Grain delivery from the silos. So, not much appears to have changed here. Excuse me. Open this gate. We'll go through here. So, this is the area I actually ploughed all of these. There's 4 fields in this enclosure. I ploughed them all together. Predominantly grew barley on this field. Jump over here. This is the area where all the gold was in Farm Sim 17. Sadly, no gold nuggets on 19. But that gives us the view down on the main farm. So we've got the pig area there. Another field there, grass pasture at the bottom. Again, not sure if it's a pasture or a field at this point. Reviewing the map. Now we own this area here, so each of these fields is separate. That's, grief, I can't see that, 55,000. That one's 154, that one's 318, that's 236, and the main farm area. Now originally on 17 we had 1, 2, 3, 4. This one here 5, this one here 6, 7, 8, 9, that one there 27. 27's another 393, 368. So we are well short on land here, so it's going to be a slower startup. I only have the 4 fields. This one, like I said, not sure if that's pricey. You could sell this one because it's grass. And maybe buy some of the arable fields if you want to concentrate on arable. So let's jump back down. Oh, we're in the pickup, we're in that. Actually, I want to have a look what we've got. So, we've got T5, 99 horsepower, we've got the Fendt Favorite 511C, and we have the Massey Ferguson 7719. Now this is a nice big tractor. It's a lot bigger than the 30 horsepower more than the tractors we got in 17, or the biggest tractors we got in 17. We got Massey Ferguson harvester, the skid steer, the truck, tipper. Oops, too far. Okay, header, plough, cultivator and that thing. I'm not seeing any attachments for the skid steer. So we just got a skid steer, but nothing to put on the front of it. Okay, what I'm going to do is first check, see where the farm reset point is. So let's pull a pallet fork in. We will buy that, yeah. So I'm here with the skid steer, stuck behind it. Oh, I'm in it. Okay, let's get out of it. There we go. So, what we just bought should be over here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. Okay, we do have it. So it is somewhere. Okay, let's visit the store. There it is. Unfortunately, it's right there. So it's going to be kind of a problem to so I can't reset any of those. Can I turn off? Oh, this is annoying. Field info is on, interactive zone markers. Turn those off. Nope, that doesn't help. I'll turn them back on it. Nothing. So, there is a problem. Trying to reset stuff from the... Oh, there we go. So we reset that. And... okay, reset point is still here. So... we'll jump back to the skid steer again on the truck. Doesn't matter. So, in FS19, the reset point was here. So you could effectively use reset to get stuff delivered back to the farm. But for this one, we're going to have to drive all the way over to the shop to address that. Okay, so what do we actually start with? I'm worried about that. That's a sugar beet field again. But we don't have a sugar beet harvester. It's growing, that's ready to harvest, that's ready to harvest, that's cultivated, so ready to plough, ready to plant, and let's turn, that's not going to help us, is it? No. We can cut the grass, but we don't know. I don't know if this is a field or needs to be ploughed to turn into a field. So let's grab a tractor and go for a little drive. I'm going to grab the Fendt because why not? Okay. The Fendt needs some maintenance as well. So, 2 fields ready to harvest from the start. Didn't check what state they're in. We'll do that in a minute when we get over to the sugar beet field. Sugar beet field, same as Farm Sim 17. It was sugar beet to start with, or it would have been sugar beet to start with if I hadn't started with seasons, which starts you with every field with nothing in it. So there is sugar beets growing, and since we don't have harvesting equipment, the first thing I do is plough that in, because we can't make any use of it whatsoever right now. we do have, I mean, we've got the tractor to haul the harvesting equipment, we just don't have the harvesting equipment. You're starting with 100,000, so let's go sugar beets, 25,000 to rent that, and then you need the header on top, headers, forage for beets, and that's the topper. So you're talking 30,000 to actually get any of those beets out of the ground. Personally, I just plough them in and start that field over. This field adjacent to us is ready to go, so we're good with that. I'm gonna, how much do we need for the plough to work? Plough is 150 horsepower, so we don't have, we've only got one big tractor, one tractor to do the planting, the ploughing and anything else. The planter is good because it doesn't need cultivation before you go, so we're going to get out of this one and run over here. Where's my Massey Ferguson? That one there. So I'm going to stick the plough on the back. We're going to go down and look at that grass field at the bottom and see if it's a field or a pasture. The easiest way to, oops, there we go. Oh. Well, the Massey Ferguson's nice and new, doesn't need any maintenance. So that's great. Ooh, let's see how bouncy this is. Whee! Should have put a weight on the front. They didn't give us a weight either, so kind of need to get hold of that. Okay. One of the things I'm noticing, there is a lot less trees around, or at least a lot less decorative trees. This area here, I believe in 17 had a few trees in, and that's clear. Fold up, that does fold up, so we'll be able to get through the gate without breaking anything. We'll go drive in the middle of this pasture and try and plough that up. That is not ploughing, so that is a pasture. If you want to increase your yield, you're going to have to plough it and replant it. But as it is, you just cut the grass and what have you. Also, we don't have mowing equipment. So, possibly another thing I would consider is basically, let's get back to the map. I would probably sell that land, because that's 831. That is 380, that's 400. I could buy both of those fields. I can't afford that one, or I could buy both of those fields. 300 and 430. That's actually probably a good thing. So sell 39, buy 33, 32, and you're looking at a pure arable setup. Don't have 34, don't have 27. I don't need 39. It's grass. You're going to have to buy stuff to use that, or plough it all in and start over. These are all ready to go. Let's look at these fields. So that one's ready to harvest. That's harvestable. That's harvestable. That's late stage growth. The other thing I wanted to check was, this is fertilised but not mine. All of my fields have mead plough state. All of them need lime. And that's it. So no weeds, no fertiliser. So this field's ready to plant. I could plough that in rather than cultivate it in, and that would remove the plough state on it. This is going to be lousy income in it, or yields, because they need plough, they need lime, they need fertilization. They're kind of junk fields right this minute. What else can we do here? That's about it. So let's head back up to the store. Hail team, good day and welcome. Well, let's head back to the yard. Yeah, and the next thing I want to do, we'll just throw the plough somewhere. So yeah, that nasty bounce on the edge there of the pig enclosure is still there. So we'll drop that there. Yay. And I'm going to go and grab the fertilizer spreader. Because the next thing I want to know is how much does it cost to fill this thing up? Okay, that's not filling. Not filling. Do I need to drive closer? Or are these just fake? Oh no, there we go. So fertilizer filling. What's the price? So that, you've got to get very close to that to get it to fill. Don't have any lime, but we do have fertilizer. This is going up 9,000, cost us £23,000 for 9,000. Okay, let's go shopping. Wrong one. Fertilizer. 1,000 times 9, that's 18,000. What's that? My math. Don't do math on stream, it's bad. 1920 times 9. Long hauler, good evening and welcome. We are doing a little look at the new version of Lawfolds for Farm Sim 19. So 1920 times 9 equals 17,280, and we just spent $23,000 on fertilizer. So I'm going to suggest that these are incredibly pricey. Fill them at the store, and if you run out halfway, then by all means use these. It's what I did when I played 17. I avoided using those because they are incredibly inflated prices. I'm going to assume, well, we could get the seeder and check that one out too. But as a starting farmer with 100,000 money, it's going to be very, very costly to fill those up with your other way, directly on the farm. I go to the store and buy big bags. Let's check the seed cost. So I think seeds is this one. And fill that up. That one actually does the thing, so. Is that filling? Yes. Quite slowly, actually. It's filling. chewing up my money. So how much do seeds cost? Seeds are 900. 3,000? Oh, 3,100. So we want 3 big bags. That would normally cost us 27, that's 39. So that's 1,200, yeah, 100 litres of seed more. But still, you're talking over $1,000 for 3,000 litres of seed that you pay for from there, rather than buying the big bags. So, as I said, I'd be inclined to buy my stuff from the store and only use those in an emergency, like, oh, I need 1,000 litres of seed and I can't, I'm in the middle of planting, I'm not going to bother running to the store for that. So I'm just going to set our worker off on that, and we'll go jump in the Fent and take a tour. What's the good word? Lawfolds Aberdeenshire is here in Farm Sim 19. So let's go out this way. So the hedges and fences are all, I don't think you can drive through them. Yeah, are all solid obstacles. So but as before, you do have very wide grasslands around each field, so they're not going to be big problems for you. Pretty sure there used to be a tree in that corner where the Massey's currently turning around. That's gone. This was an old abandoned area which we can get into. Far more overgrown than it used to be. Don't recall what the buildings looked like, but yeah, there were 2. So it looks pretty much like it did. Now this was a pain in the butt to drive down at speed in a truck. It feels like the lane is wider. And obviously we're not driving down here at 60 miles an hour. Probably buy a truck and trailer for this and give it a try. But anyway, no, I think this is wider. Yeah, I don't recall how many trees were around, but it's all seems the trees are sparser on this map. Stop there. So we've got the farm sign there. Whoa, let's go. Car coming. Get out of here. Roads. It looks rougher than it used to be, you know, as rough as it used to be, but I'm not feeling quite some of those, some of those transitions between the flat road and the grade don't appear to be as rough 17. Again, the road is wider. I was pretty much driving on the left-hand white line in order to keep the truck this side of the central divide. But trees missing there. Not as many trees there. So yeah, the roads are a lot more open. This used to be an open stretch. I said, very, very wider road's going to be easier to drive on. I didn't check to see if we had any produce. Oh well. Now the blurb for this does say that the economy is inflated. Honestly, I don't know, but supposedly this is higher value products. We do have some stuff in storage, even corn. So that's nice, and about 12,000 of each. That's starting money. Like I said, okay, so we've got wool, possibly cotton. I believe those are purchase points for manure and slurry, and animal dealership. What does this sign say? Wheat, barley, soybean, corn, sunflower, potato, sugar beets. These are the old, pretty much the old signs lifted straight out of 17. I'm assuming that oats is also available for sale here. That's the store. Let's buy ourselves. Oh. Buy one of those. And a bucket. Because buckets are handy. And for some reason I'm now over here. Don't think I've got a front loader on here, so looks like I take this. Let's back up a bit. And see how sensitive that area is. Okay, you're going to have to bring the tractor inside, which might be a bit of a pain if you have big equipment that you want serviced. There we go. I'm going to repair it, I'm going to customize it, I'm going to put a front loader attacher on it, and that's cheap. Oops. Oh, well, that's annoying. Okay, that's attached. Lift that up. Okay, we have a bucket. Let's go see what the manure thing does. So, manure purchase point, how much did that cost? $31 for 940 litres, so I now have some stuff to mess around with. I think we'll just, oh, I don't have access. Well, we're going to drive around the map with a bucket of manure then, because that's fun. Through here. So that's fine, I guess. We have the building on the right. That was far more shrouded in trees in Farm Sim 17. Well, it's got wall around it now. Okay. Small entranceway there. Again, never spent any time here, so I couldn't tell you how that compares to the Farm Sim 17. Jump over the fence again, jump in the tractor, and off we go. And go. So map layout is very much same as it was. Actually, no. These roads are more rounded. They were very angular, transitioning from level to grade. So that's a nice touch. You can probably still get air on some of these if you're driving the right vehicle and going fast enough. I'm not sure I'm planning a series on this at this moment. I'm just taking a look at seeing what may or may not have changed. So here we are. This is a sell point for eggs and milk, which is kind of handy. Well, it's not very handy for the eggs, but that's kind of handy for the milk because the cow farm is just through that gate and down the street. So useful. Oh no, there's a fence there. That used to be hedge all the way up to the gate. But fence there, so I can't break into that field. We'll go through to whatever it is the cow farm's called through. Actually, we'll go straight up first. I'll be able to get rid of the manure. I may. The problem is at the moment I'm not doing weekday streamings on any particular schedule. That might change. I might do a short one on Thursdays since everybody else has gone to dance practice things, so I'm not doing that. And so I've got a few hours. I don't think so. The hedges are solid. So I'm not sure the hedge trimmer is going to work on that. Meanwhile, here we have wood chips and logs. The grain sell point is just here, like what it used to be. What does this one say? This one says wheat, barley, soybean, corn, sunflower, potatoes, sugar beets, and wood chips. That's new. Wood chips weren't a thing you could sell here. Not that we did any wood chip selling on this map when we did our 700 hours on it. This is high capacity, low cost storage. I don't think it actually charges. We'd have to bring some crop over, stick it in there, and then run time through overnight to check that off. And you get your crops back from that pipe there. So it's a convenient storage for things like sugar beets and potatoes if you don't have anywhere else to store them. Alright, let's go up here. Manure purchase point, that's handy. There used to be a load of trees on the left there. This all used to be quite shaded. And we do own the BGA. So we've got that piece of land which is 362. Again, if you're not going to use the BGA, you could probably sell that. That seems good. And yeah, chuck the manure in the sell point. I'm thinking that might make us some money somewhere along the lines. Anyway, let's head down to the cow farm. Sorry, let's do a tour of the BGA while we're here. So this used to be a way station. Looks like it's non-functional. This used to be where you get the digestate. I don't think that's available. Oh, that's a cliff. Fence was there. Maybe I don't remember entirely. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 silage bunkers, same as before. This is where you get your digestate from. So that's moved over a bit, but functionally, yeah, it's the same as we had before. Very responsive barriers, so that's a good thing. He's driving at 30 miles an hour there. Oh, she's doing contemporary. And no, with my hips I have osteoarthritis, and get to go and see the doctor on Monday about that. But yeah, I don't do dancing. No. So, getting down here, I'm going to guess the bridges, well, the tunnel mouths are solid again. So we will bounce off of those quite spectacularly. Traffic's quick. And dunk, yeah. Ooh, loose. So we're not going to get stuck behind traffic very easily. Okay. And this is... Don't crash into it. Okay. This was all sorts of funny in 17 because it was a very shaded avenue and most of the trees were actually fake, so you could just drive straight through them, but trees are cut way back here, so they're not going to impede high-speed travel down this avenue or this track. I'll crash into this tree as well. No, that's definitely solid. So don't crash into trees. That does mean we can probably cut them down and sell them, which is a nice thing. And as I said, roads and farm tracks are a little wider than 17's version, so this would be a fun this would be an improvement over the previous one, at least as far as that's concerned. Seed and fertilizer is going to be more expensive on the farms than it is from the store. What else has we found? I never use the manure purchase point or the slurry purchase point, so I'm not really familiar with those. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see, but yeah, my hips are causing me a lot of pain. My shoulders have been causing me pain for years, but the hips are a bigger problem because I need to walk around. So that's why we kept our forage harvester. I believe I kept my slurry equipment in that shed, which is as tight as it used to be. We have the seed fertilizer purchase point 1 silo. I found that to be rather restrictive. A bunch of sheds here, and I believe workshop in there. It's not active because we don't own this. Fuel point at the end, and the good old cowshed here. And there's a water point right there. Not sure if they work. We don't have a tanker to try that out with at the moment. So that's the cowshed. I believe they've added milk right around here. So that would be the milk point, yeah. And then you've got the big pile of manure and the slurry pit. We have to go down the side to load it up. That's going to be fun and engaging. So slurry pit load from there would be my guess. Outside of that, we've got fields at the bottom, we've got the house. That's where we kept the mixer wagon and the local tractor. Loads of junk in there, which once again gave me a load of grief with my old PC on 17. No problems for me here. And I used to keep my bales in that shed. And it's about as low as it used to be, so you don't want a bale stacker because that will foul the roof. Still got junk at the side. We've got, is that an old harvester there? And yeah, all the closed gates. So much fun. Okay, we should be clear back to the main yard, but I'm not going there. Go down to the sheep farm next. So again, this field, you've got a lot of grassland here, but the field definition is here. So you've got a fair amount of cultivated ground outside of that. That's okay, but for contracts you're going to do this bit here, not this bit here. And when you buy this, workers tended to really glitch out in this area and just stick to the main field. So that's potentially something you might want to watch for. It may be that it works properly, but I did have some issues on some fields where the workers just wouldn't do certain areas of the field because while graphically it looks like it's part of the field, field definition wise it's not so much. Okay, we should have actually two gates here, one on each side of this field. I used to keep these gates open all the time. For the individual fields I'd close them, but for the farm track between the cow farm and the main farm I'd keep that open all the time. Not so much for the sheep farm. The sheep farm you can access probably quicker using the main track to the road. But the cow farm is a long drive by road from the main. Okay, next gate should be open. So that's our pasture on the right. As I said, probably sell that. So yeah, the fence on the right there. This is open. So there's no gate to the field 34 between the main farm and 34. 33 is a gated field. Most of the fields are gated on this map, but they're mostly double gates, so there's really not much problem getting unwieldy equipment through those gates. So on the left is the sheep field, or the sheep pasture, but that costs extra. I believe, where is it? Lands. So with the sheep farm you get this and that. This is an unnamed field. This is where the chickens are. It's kind of cheap. But these are all pastures here. Yeah, it would be interesting to know where your sheep live, I guess. Anyway, we'll work our way down here. Up on the right used to be a single gate into the pasture. It still is. So that is probably the only single gate I remember on this map, and that is kind of restrictive. I kept all my mowing equipment at the sheep farm, and I frequently drive through this gate. It was always causing me problems. There's the second area of forestry that I did just along here. About 200 trees in each forestry area. So there's one here, there's one behind these, where the BGA and forestry sell point is. So double gate here. How much are we paying for this one? So this one is 154,000, call it 155. The other one is here. So you've got the BGA and the Highland Grains, this area here, it's about 300,000. But again, lots of trees there, made a lot of money in those places. Kept me running for the first year that I was doing this map. Bought my harvester, I basically sold most of the starting equipment. And then we had the Class Axion 940 as our big tractor, so almost 400 horsepower. This map we've got 210, which, as I said, is better than the starting tractors on 17, which topped out at 180. And they then gave you some equipment that you required better than 180 horsepower to operate. So kept my bales for sheep in there. I kept the tractor in the repair shop, which was next to the right there. Well, that one has got the repair shop. And then all the mowing equipment I kept here. I'm going to jump out. We'll walk around for the rest of this. So water's point there. Is that where the... No, that's where you buy sheep. I can't buy sheep. I don't own the land here. I think this is probably where the wool spawns. Water trough, food trough. That's the food trough. So those are switched. This used to be the water trough. That used to be the food trough. The bales used to spawn right here, in front of our tractor. And then up here you have, so you buy the sheep farm, you get this field up here. Oh, there's only a single gate. Never drove through here either, because the only reason to come up this hill was to collect the gold nuggets. And then there you see our main farm back there. Okay, let's beam back to, oh, there's our New Holland. Nice. What's the New Holland state? That needs fixed. Also needs gas, so we might go back to that one. Okay, so we're back at the Massey. Oh, sorry, the Fent even. So yeah, farm layout's pretty much the same. There's the chicken buy point, the egg buy point. Check this farm again. So you buy that bit. It looks like you get that track there. That's interesting. You basically get the hill and the track up to it and all of these buildings, but you don't get the feed points for the sheep if you buy this yard. Okay, I need to shift the camera again so we don't crash, although it's a little bit less likely that you'll crash on this version. Figuring you're going to run around these roads quite nicely because of the width. Again, you can see on the left where stuff hasn't been planted. I don't know why that is. That's obviously a mapping thing where it's defined the contract area versus the graphic. obviously when you buy a field you buy the plot all the way up to the hedge. So you could plough the headland out, but I wouldn't advise it because the walls and hedges and fences are solid, so you need somewhere to be able to turn around. I think Kate's okay with the new school. We're finally getting settled in this week. Obviously last week was a part week because see, this traffic's going very quick. Do not pass. But yeah, she, you know, not all of her teachers contacted her. She only started on the Wednesday rather than Monday. This week we started on Monday. She's finally got contact from all of her teachers, and that's working reasonably well. So I'm going to take a right. There's nothing down here except the end of the map. But, how fast is the traffic? So that's travelling about 25 miles an hour. That's a decent clip. It's probably going to get you in trouble some places. So let's lift that up. Yeah, that's going to get you trouble. They've got the speed, they don't have the sort of collision detection to stop early enough if you're in the way. It would make a silage run from the cow farm to the BGA interesting because I never used to look there, I just drive straight through. I go back to take a look at that. 32 miles an hour, obviously I am catching them, but it's not a quick thing. So yeah, the world is a lot more open, a lot less decorative trees. As I said, a fair number of the decorative trees were just images of trees rather than physical objects with collisions. Now, this is the way in. That reacts fairly quickly from that side. How does it do on this side? Well, that reacts fairly well, both sides. So this used to be another way station, nothing there. This you want to pusher rather than a tipper because you can foul the roof there quite easily. Wow, that's got a good detection. It doesn't have a good detection from the other side, and I'll show you that. So we drive out. If I reverse back, it doesn't open. This one appears to have a nice centered detection. So it lifts there, stays open till I'm well clear. Comes down. This one opens quite a ways out, but will close almost immediately behind me. No, that's okay. It is, yeah. If you're doing the map properly, you drive in on the left, or from the left side, you leave on the left side. Because UK and left side. So let's go back to the yard and see what's going on. Yeah. Is this where my turn is already? Wow. Yeah, there used to be a lot more trees here. That's far more open. It's going to be much easier to drive a semi-truck and trailer through here than it was in 17. constantly reading chat and then hitting cars coming the other way because there just wasn't room to manoeuvre. This gate here, well set back from the road, so you're going to be able to drive a harvester in there, no trouble. Drive in, drop the trailer, turn around, pick the header off it, and not destroy any of the crops. Very nice. The time is 6:30. Entrance to the farm is here. This used to give me a load of grief too. Nice recessed entrance. I should probably go and lease a truck and tipper and see how we get on. So one of the reasons I didn't use trucks and tippers from the outset on this map was because stuff was so tight, you just couldn't manoeuvre them through there very easily. So, I now have a tractor with a front loader. I should sell the skid steer. Although that said, the reason you have the skid steer is so that you can put the pallets on those racks if you want to. So that's all looking nice and planted and stuff. Obviously, not ploughing those 4 fields together results in the worker doing a much better job of it. So I'm going to plant that there. And we'll jump out, run around and check out the T5. So T5, 99 horsepower. It does not have front loader attachment. That thing there. So what I was going to do was, let's gonna grab one of, is the Flegel? The Flegel's a mod. My goodness, I didn't realise. Okay. That has 48,000 litres, that's close enough. Customise, lease 3,000. And let's get a vehicle. Yeah, one of those. Lease 6,000, yeah. Okay, let's go find them. So that's still going strong. There we go. So a little bit of high-speed driving. I can drive fast enough to hit that in a truck. And that's the same as it used to be. Yes, I still feel like I'm driving down the white line at the left-hand side. We can definitely pass this truck without a problem. Okay, there's a car coming out the right, and we got stuck behind the one going in the right. Yeah, I left the road, but not quite as badly. I'm not sure where the oncoming traffic is, but we can do 51, which is twice the speed of what's coming. Okay, not bad. Now the big tell. I think this is less severe. The left turn, obviously round to the sheep farm is a problem. And I did not clip anything coming in there even with that bad turn. So yes, much improved entrance, and we are hauling it down here at 51 miles an hour without crashing into anything. I'm not doing a very good job at staying on the bad track, but and this used to be a bad turn as well. Again, didn't clip the edge, so yeah, nice. Far more room to manoeuvre here. We can oh, hello. Interesting. Wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflower, soybeans, corn, wood chips, and manure. Well, that's a thing. Where do we want to sell this stuff? There's soybeans. A&M, I believe that's the main store. The vent. Oh, the camera's a little offset here. So yeah, I'm kind of liking this farm. Brings back a lot of memories. 700 hours of Farm Sim 17 play. And actually we got 15,000. So we'll make back a fair bit of money from this. And jackknifed. Well, that's just a man truck thing. But certainly able to make that turn without hitting anything on the way out. It's just that 2 axles doesn't give me a lot of traction. That's why I tend to drive a 6x4 rather than a 4x2 in most games, because your traction's a lot better. You don't get flipped out quite so often. And again, around there without much trouble. Takes us a while to get up to speed. Very good. Hot Buy has completed their task. So we have a field of wheat. Wheat. So I think this is A&M. Or A-N-M. Yeah. Okay, sell point marker's a little far out. This is a bigger area as well. And that sell point is far more recessed than the old one. The old one used to be just one. The wall to it was as long as the grate. So nice. Let's tip that stuff. Oh, that's a tipper. It's not a push. 26,000. So we got some money back. Okay. Truck's done with. We had a test in the truck. Let's go find the Massey Ferguson. So that was nearly done. Well, that's not a bad job, all told. Run the end here. I didn't turn it on. Oh, there you go. Let's raise it up and try that one again. The other worker got that mostly done. It's done a fairly good job by the looks of it. I don't know about the end, but let's leave that there. Okay, the worker has been buying seed as it goes, so that's a little bit sad as far as my pocket money is concerned, I guess. But there you go, field wheat, yay. This is just a test, it's not a proper playthrough. I'm going to drive this over here, we'll switch to canola. See if I can do this one. Yep. And obviously not using up the seed, which... So going this way, fence is a little bit too close. If I went, what is that, north-south, the tractor would plant the whole field without a problem. Anyway, we did that. Let's go back to this one, because I noticed it has a lack of fuel. Let's see if we can refuel this. Yep. And done, and £80 fuel cost. So, okay. Fuel point works. Solid fertilizer works. Seeds work. So yeah, I don't see a problem with this map so far. The only thing I'm not sure about is, let's have a look. That needs fuel. I'm going to take this down to the store, see if the fuel point down there works. That's obviously going to take a while, but we'll use the shortcut, which I never did in 17, because it involved driving on somebody else's land, which I didn't own at the time. I think by the end of 17 we actually owned, let me see. So where the store is next to field 22, 23, 24, we owned all of the fields around there. I believe we owned 21 and 25. We owned 6 and 7 and all of the fields south of there. And then I owned 36, 37 and 38 on the right hand side. So we just had everything along the top. And 18, 19, 20 that we didn't own. Given another year, I could probably have purchased every field on the map. We played 6 years of seasons on this map. So the quick way to the store is to drive down here. It's still going to take us ages. I don't have a low loader. There's a reason I want to do this. So yeah, rather than going all the way to the road at the end, what we do is we take this gate on the left. Let's kind of tight. Probably easier to turn into coming from the other direction, because there's a little bit of a wider area over there where the fence is. Nice reflective water. And we trundle down to the main road. Ugh, so slow. What I'll do once we've done it, I might do a game save at the end of this. And we'll load in seasons and see what the map looks like with snow. I should have filled this up at the main farm and then taken the T5 to the store. That would probably have been the better move. Could reset it. Oh, there's a thought. We're there. There we go. That was easy. So, the question is, do these fuel tanks work? I'm pretty sure they did in 17. I'm going to get very close to them. There seems to be very little leeway when it comes to... Nope, that's not working. Right down the side here. No, no fuel. So these don't work, at least they don't appear to. But the ones on the farm do, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to grab the front loader on this, or the forks on this, and I'm going to sell it, because whatever. Oh, that didn't work. I don't think I've ever had a skid steer on a farm I've played. Lawfolds did come with one in 17, and it was again one of the first things I sold. Oh, excuse me. So we'll bring this in here. And we will. Not going to let me sell that. That's interesting. Okay, sell that from here. Oh, it could be because I didn't have it on the ground, maybe. And we'll go back to there and see if we can sell that. Yeah, we can. No, we can't sell that either. I can repair it. Oh, now I can sell it. Okay. So, can sell that. And we're over 100,000. Alright. So happy. Oh, the one thing we didn't check. Contracts. Fertilizing Contract. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I'll do that. Other items. We're going to need to buy some liquid fertilizer. Pallets of. I'm in the trunk. That's not what I had. Okay, where are we doing this? We are doing this on field 12, which is right across the road. That's kind of handy. Been in one of these before. Open! Boof. This quick piece of equipment. Okay, so help the bees finish planting the canola. That's nice. And gates here. Walk into a hedge. Alrighty. Excuse me while I drive into a gate post. Does this have any sort of all-wheel steering or anything like that? Steering mode, yes it does. All-wheel steering. Yay. Some stuff. So we're going to pull out here and fold it. I'm going to stay facing that way because I don't know how big this thing is. Okay, well, quick trip round with the sprayer. Said, haven't used one of these on there. I haven't used the self-propelled sprayer on anything yet. Most of the time I'm using fixed mount on the tractor. I was thinking for Oakfield Farm getting something like this. Just because I don't drive it very often. And I think Oakfield Farm would benefit from this sort of style of sprayer. At 15 miles an hour doing the spraying, that's actually quite reasonable, isn't it? The tractor hauled sprayers are a little bit slower than this. Okay, around there. So yeah, the edge of the map, same as 17. It's a piece of cardboard with bits of wood behind it, kind of thing. Yeah, that was actually the one I was considering using. Okay, gate between here and the next field. I've never done these fields in 17, so this is all kind of new territory for me, although as far as the map's concerned it's pretty much of a muchness. Yeah, I was actually thinking getting the JD one, because you can do spreading and spraying with that. Not that we do a lot of it. Most of our spraying tends to be herbicide. Most of our spreading tends to be lime on Oakfield. Oh, that's coming up. We still have a huge sugar beet harvest on that field still to go. All good fun. Anyway, we'll polish this off quickly and probably go back and check out the Massey Ferguson again. I think I did use a self-propelled sprayer back in 17, not on any of my big farms, just to see what it's like. But, I'm liking this. It's got a good width, got excellent speed, I think. I have to look at the... normally I'd do spreading as a fertilizer if I was doing it myself, because the spreader does go quick. Sounds like the dancers are home. Yep. So there will be some background noise for a while. I'm thinking we're almost done with this one. Checking it out. But yeah, time for me to do lunch, I'm guessing. Okay, let's do that. Let's not do that. Oh, taking its time. 70%. So I'm going to check. Well, let's do that now. Blah, 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 crop protection. This stuff has a maximum speed. Yeah, this has a maximum speed of 7 miles an hour. Darn! I should go for self-propelled sprayers more frequently. We still have 1,000 litres left, so we're going to end up with stuff in the tank. That's good. Intentionally missing spots here because I just want this done, and it's a contract, so we're 91% done. Ooh. Oh no, that's 7% of total. That's fine.
7% of the water. I'm missing another spot.
Yep, sure did.
You missing another spot.
Yeah.
How many spots are you missing?
All of them.
Why?
Because I just want this done, and we're at 98%, so any second now. 3, 2, 1, come on, give me a message, there we go. Done, and collect. So we just got paid for that, we got money back, and the field is done completely, even the bits I missed, because it's a contract. So, nice, I like that, that was good. There's the Massey.
Yeah, I think I pulled muscle right here. Because it hurts when I walk. So I have a pretty far stretch. And I have to do this too.
Just for completeness, we will finish off the edge of this field. Yeah, first thing I did was plough all of this together into one big field. Obviously, since it's the only 4 fields you start with, for crop variety you might want to keep what you're starting with. And there's a track down here, let's zoom in. Ooh. It's a nice seed with the Axion I started with, it wouldn't do a 180-degree turn, so I upgraded to the Lemkin seeder, which is 12 metre coverage. So we could have gone out that gate. That gate actually leads all the way to the back of, you follow that track all the way to the back of the houses with the egg and milk cell points. But anyway, here we are, back at the farm. All nice and wonderful. And jump out there. So we didn't use any seed. We paid a lot of money for seed because we let the dude buy it. So I'm going to save that. Quit the game. We'll come back with what's it? Seasons. Oh yeah, that was fun. Well, they were plotting too. And seasons. Let's go seasons. Do I have a Scottish seasons? Yep, we have seasons geo for Scotland. And seasons. Yay. And we'll jump straight back in with all the other stuff saved. Seasons wants to reset all the fields. Yes, reset all the fields. Oh, hello.
Nice house, I guess.
I'm in the house.
Looks weird, but okay, looks like you're in a wall.
I am stuck in the wall of the house. That is weird. Let's jump out of there. Oh yeah, and we have the sleep point here is the pair of boots. So that's kind of fun. So, everything just got reset. All of our fields got reset. Ooh, trees look nice.
Where's the leaf?
It's winter. Well, it's early spring. So,
Pine tree. Look at the pine tree.
we have no leaves on the trees. What pine tree?
Go over to your right.
What, those pine trees over there?
Go to your right. It's over there, yeah. Looks like a pine tree.
Where? Oh, there.
No.
Where?
It's right in front of your face.
We got no pine
The
trees.
tall one right there.
That's a silver birch tree.
Oh, I'm done.
So again, I'll check the field. I think the field states are going to be need lime, need ploughed. So we're going to have to plough everything. Then we're going to have to lime everything.
Would you need help?
And then we're going to... Oh, that one's already... Oh! Because we ploughed in the stuff. We ploughed in the beets. So we got a layer of fertilizer on that field. Again, this field down here is grass. What else is there to look at? I think we looked at everything.
Would you need help?
No, this is just a look. I'm going to delete the save once we're done. So should have fertilizer in there.
Say hi.
Hey, David Smiley Patterson, welcome to the stream. You have come just as I'm rounding this out. So, my impressions of this map. It is Lawfolds for Farm Sim 19. Very reminiscent of 17. The roads and farm tracks are wider, so they're easier to navigate. All of the farm buildings are there where they were. There are less decorative trees. I'm pretty sure there was some trees here. They're gone. There was a tree there. There was a tree at the end of that field which is gone. But generally, yeah. It's a fun map. You don't get as much equipment in 19 as you did in 17, but I think what you get's enough. Again, the skid steer, I don't like them, so I'd sell it. However, as I said, if you're going to use the racking for seed and fertilizer, they were fully loaded back in 17. These racks here, you can put seed pallets on them, fertilizer pallets on them, but you're going to need a skid steer to do that because it's almost impossible to maneuver a tractor in that area. Apart from that, you've got a good sized harvester to start off with. Everything's, it's a good size. You've only got the 4 arable fields. I would definitely consider selling the field at the bottom if you're starting in new farmer mode, because that's worth 800,000, and you could buy either both of those or both of those. Or if you want to save a bit of money, that one and that one. And have extra cash in your pocket. You own the BGA. Again, if you don't plan on using it, you could sell that. That's another 362. And that would give you the opportunity to buy those 3 fields if you sold the grass field as well. If you're starting from scratch, that's going to be tough because a farm is going to cost you, the cow yard is the cheapest, 91,000. Then you're going to want a field or two, and you're talking 500,000 for the field. So you can't afford any of the fields around the cow farm if you started off with it. But it's a cheaper start. So you could buy the cow farm and some equipment, do contracts, earn the money from the contracts, and eventually buy these fields. Here, that's 200. You could probably afford that. It's a tough start from scratch. This farm again, you're buying 328,000, and you don't have any productive fields. You just have pasture. The farm manager, you're going to have $1 million. So yes, feasibly you can start that quite nicely. You can buy a farm, you can buy some extra fields, and you can buy a small tractor and work that farm. So it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to call the stream at this point, and we'll come back on Saturday. In the meantime, everybody have fun, and I'm out of here.